What's happening there, YouTube? Genji here, and today we're going to be checking out S.p.l.i.t, the latest game from Mike Klubniko, who you may know as the dev behind Buckshot Roulette. This one describes itself as a short horror experience where we try to gain root access to a gigastructure, and as seems to be the case with most of these retro-inspired Russian games, it is presented in a 4x3 format, and I already checked the options menu, which is pretty lean, and there's no way to stretch this out to a 16:9 ratio, so we'll just have to play it in its intended format. So let me put myself in the corner and we'll hop on in. There was a pop-up that explained to us in the beginning that there is no mouse for this game either, so I guess we'll strictly be playing with keyboard. Integrated Megatrends. Copyright 2042, yet somehow reminds me of the old compact Presario family PC I had. Kesk OS. Log in. There's no mouse support here, so I guess we're just tabbing or typing, so we're logging in as Axel0948. And it doesn't seem like it matters what we're typing, just pressing any key moves us forward. Hashtag D9XB1. Victor is now AFK. Sarah says, "Let me know as soon as you get the case." I got the... oh, no. It's a preset script. Have it now. You there? Yeah. Hackerman mode. Mash the keys to look busy at work. Is this the same one as in the photographs? Nope. Old portable, what they used to have in the engine. I just need you to send me the transfer ID after you run the hardware, like we talked about. So there's a third person sitting in on this conversation. So we're Axel, we're talking to Sarah, and Victor is watching. Like we talked about. I thought we'd be working on the latest model. The back end is mostly the same. Fuck that. I don't have experience with this kit. I'm out. Nobody gets out. You know, basically, you know it's too late for that. Since when are you scared of death? Since the moment you're born. Death is the least of my worries. Being dragged into the facility is what scares me. Okay, listen. Yes, it's an unfamiliar piece, but its purpose is the same. More than likely, the older models use the same code base. The front end was the main improvement. Always has been. And you are very remote. How long would it take us to crack a newer model? 10 minutes. I trust we'll have this one open just as fast. It never goes the way you expect, especially in IT. So I had her take the LK912 field kit instead. It handles requests off an older server. Everything else is relatively the same. I guess I'll see from the config. It's the reason you couldn't spoof the handshake on the newer one. I guess they patched it. Once it connects to the server and the beacon goes off, you'll have around 15 minutes. We'll keep you posted. We can pull the local files from it beforehand. There's really nothing to worry about. And to be clear, this isn't me disregarding the stakes. I've worked with the hardware designer. We're chilling. Bing chilling? All right. So are we doing this or not? Fuck it. And I'm guessing everyone has their way out now. I'm good. Same. What about you, Axel? Suddenly, I have a way out. I'll simply zoom the camera out. Uh-oh, don't look, YouTube. Self. Let's get started then. Boot it up and send me the LFS-ID from the field kit's files. Since it's an older kit, the local files shouldn't be protected. You should be able to connect to the field kit and copy them. LFS-ID should be somewhere in the config folder once you've got the files from the kit. Hold Alt to distance yourself. Turns out I've been pressing Alt my whole life. Pivot your cervical spine with A or D. It's a bit of an odd translation. Okay. So we can look left, and we can look right. With our cervical spine. Is this the kit? Your mind is at ease. Key thoughts are represented visually in the environment. Acknowledge them at any time by typing. Press space to accept. Unknown. Do I have to type unknown? Oh god. This is blood typers all over again. Hardware. Now, are you forced to type this, or is there going to be a point where you can not type something and affect the way the story plays out? Undesirable outcome. Steady now. Latch mechanism. It's got a music box carousel system. I can't rotate my cervical spine. I'm transfixed. Oh. There we go. Okay, we have to. What was it? We have to distance ourselves. Got it. So let's look over here. Okay, there's nobody at the window. We're gonna get a jump scare later, I'm sure. Why don't you close the... If you're gonna be doing clandestine stuff that could get you in trouble, like life-threatening trouble, close your blinds, like just as a bare minimum. Alright, so we're looking for LFS-ID. Cellware Corporation, welcome to Kesk OS. It's a GNU variant. List of available system commands, type help. LS. Okay, hang on. LFS-ID in the config folder. Okay, we're looking for config. So, CD utils, LS. Downloads games. Oh wait, OS probe, syslog, console setup, DHCP, PHP, running our web server here, CGI bin. Where do we find a config folder? CD, where do we go before utils? How about tools? LS. HAIRC, there's our missing service. Is this our computer, or are we probing into this device right now? Alright, go back. list. Let's check downloads. authkeygen.exe, okay. CD, search for local devices, probe. Okay, that's the probe other devices. Found local devices. Okay, this is the LK912 field kit, right? So we want to connect to local device using its unique machines, its UMN. So we want to connect to 1143. Connect to a remote KCOM server using a local authorization token. Update firmware credentials, copy unprotected local files, to emulated mount directory, configure settings, and then close connection. Available commands. So we want to configure settings. So we just type what, 4? Access denied, okay. Well, we've already connected, so we've done step 1. Update firmware credentials. 2. Access denied. 1. No authorization key found on local device. So is that the authgen.exe? So we have to close. And then, what was it? CD downloads. ls authkeygen.exe. Run. Print help ls cd open. Open. Where was it again? Just like authkeygen.exe. Auth. Here it is. Keygen.exe. Unable to open due to file not existing in the active directory. Pardon? Is it case sensitive? Open. Authkeygen.exe. There it is. Generate authorization token. Failed. No prerequisite arguments are set up. Okay, set up prerequisite let's look at documentation. Sup, preset nerds? A true slap in the face for the preset club. Presets can no longer be run locally. Worry not, for myself and friends I've managed to reverse engineer common server requests. Fuck the admins. We recommend jailbroken field kits or out-of-service cell machines for these exploits. Use at your own risk. Prerequisite arguments. arg1, arg2, arg3. Server type, so we're looking at the window. So this is... It's an older kit. What type of machine is this? Is this a K-scope? Can we scroll back up in the... Server address, private inmate key. All right, so let's exit. Let's go back to top level directory and let's run probe again. Field kit. LK912 field kit. Navsat, Kscope, FG, Hillsoft. He says it's a newer model, right? So it's probably not going to be KCOM or Pager 7 because those are showing as deprecated. Let me connect to 1143 one more time. Okay, so it is KCOM. It was familiar. KCOM sounded familiar. I just wanted to make sure. Using local authorization token, update firmware. Okay, so let's exit or disconnect. Here, 5, close connection. Then we have to go back to CD downloads. And then open. Auth. We can just go up, right? Open authkeygen. 3, documentation. So we want to set up prerequisite arguments, and for the Kscope, we're going to need the server address, which is 1143, but we don't necessarily know the private inmate key or the ref input number. Now, let's take a look at what it asks for. So, set up prerequisite arguments. Required arguments for the generator are outlined in the documentation, depending on the hardware that the key is generated for. Waiting for prerequisite arguments. ARG0, ARG1, ARG2. So, server address. What's your address? Where do we find that information? Edit the contents of a file with a supported format. Yeah. One 143. Does this give us any information about it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. So 3 failed to transfer this device unique machine number, yep, which is 1143. It is not registered in the trusted device list at htools hole mounter trusted devices.data. Edit the trusted devices list as an appropriate directory using nano. Okay, so we have to go into our machine, which is the H directory. So let's go exit or 5. So we have to go to our htools. So cd ... hcd tools. CD hole mounter, and then nano trusted devices.data, and then we need to add 1143, and then Control X to exit. Save changes, yes. Okay, so now we can go back to connect 1143 and see if option number 3 gives us any different. Copy unprotected local files from UN1143 to emulated directory. Okay, so let's go to 3. It's going to say access denied. Oh, nope, still letting us copying. Config! I saw config. Alright, so H emulated 1143. Close. CD emulated. CD 1143. LS config. Alright, so then we're going to do nano config. Oh, it's a directory. CD config. CD config, spelled properly. Config. LS. System config.json. CD, or not CD, but nano. System underscore config.json. Unsupported file format or read only access. Open it with. Okay, just open then. Let's go back here. Open. PDN, device type, low latency file, streaming ID, LFS ID. We need that, right? I didn't know I was going to need a notepad for this game. Let me just put it in the notes on my phone. So, LFS ID. I think that was one of the things we needed. 484071. 484071. I think that's our messaging service saying you have a new message. So I have to look over there in a second. 484071, yep. Default KCOM status, primary localization, backups enabled, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I think that's the information that we need. Make sure nobody's peeking in on us. How's it looking, Axel? Did you get the ID from the config? Got it. 48407. Okay, we didn't need to write it down. It's got it. Thanks. What do you think? Looking at the config right now. Shit is ancient. It's running KCOM. Are there still servers handling requests? The floor has power. Some guy told me they're still running. Did he ask you for your name? Was he suspicious? No, but he did ask for my number. I'll need a sheet of active inmate registrations and a schematic of the KCOM server junction. That was a long one. We restart. I'll need a sheet of active inmate registrations and a schematic of the KCOM server junction to spoof the handshake. The authorization keygen I can handle. I got the schematic. Which one do you need? The one with 7 columns, inmate numbers, etc. Sounds good. Got the KCOM schematic for you here. Sarah, is the worm ready to go? Did you route the trace to the field kit? Yeah, the worm is good to go. Then we're set. Axel, let me know when you connect to the server and I'll see whether they catch it. They're going to get the trace. One can hope. I'll have the ref input for the key ready in a bit, Axel. Figured out a new crack. They're not onto us yet. Okay, so I've got... Can I scroll up in this? I can. Okay, so I've got schematic09.asc in H downloads, and then the worm is AUI 26C8. So I need to reference something in the schematic to get the information I need to put into the auth keygen, which will then allow me access to put the worm onto it, right? Okay, so let's CD back up. CD to downloads. I know I can probably just go straight there, but one step at a time. LS. So now we've got schematic. So open. Can I tab? Just have tab completion? No. Open schematic underscore 09.asc. Okay. KCOM server racks 1 with 8-digit addresses. KCOM server racks 2 with 8-digit addresses. Floor splitter. Technician notes. Servers permanently out of order are marked as X, effective immediately. Any disagreements should be brought up with the administrators. Nope. The administrators. Okay, so there are... The entire bottom row is out of order, and 3 along the top are. So am I just picking one of the 2 that are still in service and mimicking that? Let's see, let me reread this. The one with 7 columns, inmate numbers, etc. Schematic of server room 09. Of active inmate registrations. Okay, so it's got to be one of the 2, since the other ones are out of order. So they specifically need an active registration. So we're taking, let's say, the second one. I'll note this as inmate 448349 62. 62. Please 4483 4962. Okay. And then let's go back to the key gen. Let's see if it's still in our history here. Here we go. So we're going to set up prerequisite arguments. Actually, let's go back to documentation so I can see what those arguments are on the screen here. 2. Nope, I did it wrong again. Documentation is 3. There we go. And now 2. So for K-scope, we need the server address. Is that 1143? Private inmate key and the reference input number. Although he says it's still running KCOM, right? So we actually need server address, unregistered inmate number, and reference input number. Unregistered inmate number. So we do need an what? Hang on, I'm getting confused here. Schematic of the KCOM server junction. Yeah. So it's definitely going to be KCOM then. I thought this was supposedly a newer unit. So is it going to be 1143, then our 8-digit number, and reference input number? What is that? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Is that the input number 4? Is this 1 base or 0 base? That could be 3 or 4 depending on the answer to that. Well, let's just try it and see what happens. So we'll go to arguments. So arg0 is going to be what, 1143? And then unregistered inmate number, unregistered. So in that case, do we want like number 3? So 3841 7406 7406. And that was number 3. Successfully set up prerequisite arguments. All right, then we generate authorization token. Failed person argument at index 0 should always be an 8-digit address. Wait. So if the 8-digit code is the server address, then where do we get the inmate ID? All right, let's exit ls. What happens if we run? Oh, it's not even open AUI 2068.cbe. Now I know this is a worm and it probably should not be opening it locally, but I'm not sure where else to look for this information that we're missing. No, here we go. So this isn't the worm. This is a contact sheet. Inmates. Okay, here's the inmates. So let me look up here. Unregistered. Okay, so we need the server address. So that's the 6-digit. Do we need an active server address and then inmate number and reference input number? What is the reference input number? Is that their registration number? These are some long-ass sentences. 69 years in prison? 70 years? Unregistered inmate number. So I guess let's take Elaine, Sigourney Elaine. Because they don't have a registration number? Does that mean that, does that make it unregistered? Because there is no registration number, right? So inmate is not inmate. Inmate is address. And then inmate is going to be 304. 334. 304. 334. Reference input number. Okay, well, anyway, let's go back to auth keygen. Set up prerequisite arguments. So it's going to be, the address is 4483 4962, comma, our inmate ID is 304334. And then our reference is what, 2068? Successfully set up prerequisite arguments. Generate token. Reference input 2068 is unrecognizable. What is the reference number? Let's go CD emulated. Utils tools downloads. No, this is here. Automation presets config documentation logs documentation CD documentation ls info presets info device changelog open info device.pdf. Simulator defined for the effective interrogation of subjects. Presets can be programmed and transferred in the field kit. Fiber optic cables. For safety reasons, only run presets designed by KETAS, K-E-T-A-S Electronics. A speaker in the device will play a series of 3 high-pitched tones if foreign presets are stored on the device. Return the device to a KETAS Electronics engineer if this is the case. The field kit requires the subject's heart to support the brain. To start a simulation, remove the lens from the case and place it over the subject's face. Restrain the subject if necessary. Once the simulation starts, the subject will fall unconscious for approximately 5 seconds. Do not be alarmed. The simulation has a timescale offset of 4.33x Earth time. Interrogation questions can be submitted through the microphone and are shortened to account for the timescale. To end the simulation, hold the stop button located at the bottom of the lens. A short tone will play, and the lens can be removed. Allow 5 minutes for the subject to wake up. Gnarly. Right, so open info presets.pdf. For general use in offline quality assurance and similar testing, LKO1, 5 milliliters of water instantiated near the user's tonsil area every 30 to 120 seconds, causing violent coughing and discomfort for the duration of the preset. LKO2, user instantiated out of breath before being crushed between 2 heavy metal cuboids shortly, 1 to 5 seconds after movement is detected. LKO3. User must peel and return 100,000 potatoes with a dull blade that is rendered unusable after 10,000 potatoes have been peeled. 99,999 potatoes will be dispensed in total. A superposition of sine waves separated by octaves is played from 4 stereo speakers. LKO4. User is tasked with writing a 50-page academic paper using a rough piece of charcoal to conclude the preset. It is impossible for the academic paper to be accepted. Christmas music is played in the inner right ear of the user for the duration of the preset. No! Truly, they've invented hell. LKO5. User is instantiated in a constantly rotating room consisting of floor-to-ceiling mirrors and 12 stainless steel spheres weighing 100 kilograms each. That one seems relatively tame. LKO6. User is instantiated with unquenchable hunger and thirst, surrounded by food, beans, stored in blocks of ice in an undecorated room. The room's temperature is regulated at minus 3.2 C. LKO7. User is confined in a dilapidated sauna that has a constant temperature of 110 C whilst wearing generic winter clothing, oh god, that are attached to the skin with cured epoxy resin adhesive? This is some twisted shit. LKO8. User is confined in a zero-gravity space with no light. Sensory deprivation. Alright, open changelog.txt. Okay, just gonna skim through this. Doesn't seem very interesting to read out loud. The Maverick control room PC has the wrong year. Set it to automatic. Added low latency file streaming support. End of service. Okay, well none of this helps with the reference number. Okay, so the reference number must be something we already have access to here. Oh, thanks. The KCOM server key should let me in. Oh, I'll have the ref input for the key ready in a bit, Axel. Well, no wonder we couldn't find it. Check your downloads if they got corrupted or not. If the files look good, then you're set to get the auth key generated. I'll have the ref input for the key ready in a bit. Figured out a new crack. Thanks, KCOM server key should let me in. There you go. Please give me the ref. Got the ref number. There we go. Okay. 31460. That explains a lot. It's like, surely I'm not this blind. 31460. Okay. We're ready. Check your windows. Yeah, let's go back. CD downloads. And then probably just have to run this from scratch again. Open auth keygen.exe. Set up our prerequisites. So we want the address first, which is 44834962. Then our inmate ID, which is 304334, and then our reference number, which is 31460. Generate token. Finally! Authorization key successfully generated. Found one local device with a connection socket for the given authorization key. LK912 field kit. Okay. So that's all this is for. So now we exit. Because there's no, like, under the things you can do in the keygen, there's nothing here. We can't actually send it from here. Help. 3, documentation. Yeah, so we're gonna quit. LS, do we have like a key here now, or is it just, it exists now? So now we go back to CD and then connect 1143. Do we have just the authorization token in our system now? Connect with a local authorization token. Attempting to connect. Handshake established for making progress. We're in. Failed to set up trace fraud. No root access. Failed to transfer privileges. No root access. Now broadcasting this location. Beginning predetermined root override. Checking common backdoor. Check common backdoor with response fail. Predetermined root user override failed. Backtracking. Brute force. Root user login. Fail, 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 fail. Oh, it's literally brute forcing passwords. Uh-oh. Perpetuating. Auto PR 9JXNGK. Destroy receipts. Wait, that's our hashtag on the chat, on the IRC chat. Root access secured. Replacing old password with PK1 auto-printed content. Destroy receipt immediately. Confirm new password. Password confirmed. Beginning trace fraud setup. Disconnecting all other users. Deleting logs. Setting up new guest user. User created with root privileges. Deleting logs. Connection closed. All right. I'm not going to type all those numbers since there's a lot of them, so I'm just going to screenshot this. Boop, just in case we need any of those numbers. And then I'm sure we'll have something to say over here like, I'm in. I got root access. New pass is 9JXNGK. That's the same password as my luggage. Make it quick, Sarah. They caught the trace. Got it. I can't back out and check the window. Victor, do you see anything? Four trucks are firing up. Convoy's moving out quick now. Worm is running. Give it like 30 seconds. I see security running north to the facility. Anything south? Are they running here, or are they running to the server room where we're remoted into? Doesn't look like it. Then we're safe. You have a read? Is it working? The macro centrifuge should have stopped by now, right? Yes. Macro centrifuge. Are they centrifuging inmates? It went down for a second, but it's back up. How the hell is the centrifuge still running? Nothing's changing. Give me a sec. How far are the trucks? Can I make a run for it? No, just wait. Run where? What about now? Centrifuge is steady at 98%. Then we're screwed. Let's run it again. If you're in the server by the time they get Axel, we're next. It's too risky. We might not get another chance. Shut the fuck up and let's get this over with. All they'll find is an old field kit, white discs, and some former tech from the ceiling. They'll have no trace. They'll think I'm some preset junkie. I was expecting this. My ears are under assault. Good lord. What do you mean, where from the ceiling? It's my way out. What do you want me to say? No, it's not. Your brain won't be destroyed. They will plug you in the machine. What? You're gonna have to cripple your brain. Do you have any power tools? Firearm? Why are we exploring this possibility and not working on getting in and successfully hacking this? Let's not task shift onto how I can destroy my brain. Trucks will be there soon now. There's no easy way to say this, but you'll have to find another way. Victor, you coward! I'm so sorry we fucked up, Axel, but if we're gonna try again, then we have to split now. I have no other way out. I still can't back up and look at the window. Sarah, you've abandoned me! Your mind is in despair. Key thoughts must now be acknowledged quickly, or else you risk with an undesirable conclusion. God, now it's a typing minigame. Potential betrayal. No enter. Unorthodox electronics. Cramped shade discreet. The trucks are coming. Am do buy is me no. Withdrawal. Not now. Not the time for a smoke. Brushless drill. Final evidence. Oh my, you're quite the looker. Your very intense eyes. The trucks are here. Abject hazard. Convex injury. Oh, of course. They failed you at the last moment. You should have charged it. The drill is f***ing dead. Just bash your head on the corner. Oh god. Lobotomy. Lobotomy. Psychological barrier. Hold steady. I mean, this is really not time for precision. Penetrate. Ow. I think I would have just gone out the window and made a run for it. I mean, a surgically performed lobotomy didn't destroy your brain, it just kind of obliterated your frontal lobe and made you passive. So you could still be put into a machine and tortured for all eternity. But a sloppily done lobotomy in a nasty old cabin in the woods in Russia, that might get the job done.
Check his vitals?
Yeah, he's dead.
Where the hell did he get all this hardware?
Look.
What?
Brain is screwed.
What the How did he...
Turn that off.
Let's keep driving. We're almost clear. Are you sure about all this? Okay, think about it. You have a choice between a noose and a screwdriver to the brain. Which one do you think? The noose. So why didn't he use it? I don't know. Because somebody told him, God damn it. We weren't fast enough. Now they think we're in on it. They're gonna break us. They're gonna put us in the machine forever. We're the only trace. But we weren't in on it. I know. 20 people have gone down in 20 years. It was him, but he wasn't alone. Wouldn't we go after the technicians first? The others? There is no trace. What part of this do you not understand? He short-circuited the damn hard drive. This is some random preset junkie we can find. But they almost got the centrifuge. Our convoy is the only loose end. You know the truck is a tracker, right? Doesn't matter. They'll get us anyway. So we do it before they get us.
Wait, why would they be implicated? They were just responding to the detected trace.
We can't even take our helmets off. Driver. No. What? Scared.
Do it, you won't.
Driver's gonna do me after I run you over this fucking trick. What about drowning? We can make it to the coast. Something's working. The truck of the shaft, right? Yeah. So what? So we jack up the front of the truck.
Good lord.
Drop it. Back 3 times. Put 2 tires. Work.
Y'all need to just band together and form some kind of resistance.
Yeah.
Blood on the dash. Squish. Ooh. The end. ... Split. Oh, here, we can speed this up. Made with Godot. Good on ya. Ending 1 of 2? Oh no. Wait, I guess the other ending would just be we fail to do the deed. Do I got to go back through it again a second time? You know we're gonna do it. Alright, exit. Let's go and get ending number 2. Complete ending 1, trust achievement. Continue. This is gonna put us right at the ending typing of the dead bit. Mavis Beacon teaches typing. Key thoughts must now be acknowledged quickly, or else you risk ending your life with an undesirable conclusion. Well, there's only 2 endings, so I don't think it matters how far you get into this. I was thinking, do we fry all the computers and then just stop before the screwdriver bit? But if there's only 2 endings, then it doesn't matter. There's only one conclusion to this bit, and that's going to be failing this. Oh, no. You slipped into the end of Evangelion. Oh. He went with option A. And somehow he's still up in the floor. I guess they cut us down.
Yeah, he's dead.
Where the hell did he get all this hardware?
Come on.
They're putting us in the machine. Oh god, they just take our head in a briefcase.
Let's go.
Centrifuge dropped to 40.
Oh.
Shit, really? I thought it was stable. It is now. They didn't account for the fail-safe. Hey, I thought it was just him. I don't think so. Place had camo on the roof, a field kit, facility hardware. I think there's a crew. You really think one guy can knock down the centrifuge? Even for a second? Then why did he hang himself? Doesn't make sense. I guess they didn't know any better. Anyway, we'll find out soon enough. You think they'll break him? They will.
Do you think we'll get the mirror hell or the beans hell? Split. Alright. Just make sure there's nothing else. Induce. Complete ending 2. All right, well, that was Split, a very different experience from Buckshot Roulette, and well, it was what it said on the tin, a short horror experience. I definitely dig the mood and the vibe and the visuals, which I guess was the key point of this. This was more like an interactive story than an actual game like Buckshot Roulette. So obviously that's where the meat of the development went into, and yeah, I liked it. The lore has definitely got that like dystopian. I don't want to say it's not like uniquely Russian insofar as it being inspired by the gigastructure, supposedly. Like we don't really know what the centrifuge is, other than that it has something to do with this like horrible interrogation prison virtual environment that people are terrified to the point of offing themselves before they have the opportunity to be put into it. But yeah, very light on lore, leaves a lot to the imagination, which is good for a horror game. So if you enjoyed this playthrough of Split, then hit like and subscribe. If you want to check out Split for yourself, head over to Steam and pick it up. And if you want to let me know what you thought of the game, then hit the comments down below. But whatever you do, I will see you right here again in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.